Okay, so while my face is still baking, I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. So my favorite step to do before I do my eyes is the All About Shadow Primer. And so this is great because it gives me literally an all-day wear. Like I think it's a claim of like 8 hours, but I have stretched the limits on this one and done 12, 14-hour days. So it's got a little wand on it, which I literally appreciate because it's so easy to apply onto the eyelid. And then the biggest trick I have is because I'm oily all the way up to my brows is I take it up to the brow, and it's just a very neutral light color, so it goes with everything. And once I got it on, I just kind of press it in. So I'll do the other eye there because my eyelids are just very oily, and for years I suffered and I just had creasing eyes and everybody else didn't, and I was like, what's wrong with me? So I figured out that I just needed to add a primer or something on my lid as like a base so that it absorbed any oil and actually made the color stay on even longer. So that was one of my best tips. Okay. As I make the funniest faces and I have my baked face. It's such a cute look right now, right? I think I need to leave it. So one of our big trends this season is called Get Down with Blue, and every season it seems like blue is just like popping up here and there, whether it's all over the lid or underneath, which is where the big focus is. So I've got a couple colors that I really like to use and keep it simple. These are the pops that I have. These are the lid pops, and one is Petal Pop and the other one is Surf Pop. And I think it's very appropriate that I'm at Fort Lauderdale Beach this week and I've got my little like ocean look going on. So I'm channeling my inner Moana, obviously. So I'm gonna start off with Petal Pop. And what I like about Petal Pop is it has this gorgeous kind of sheen to it. So, I mean, look at, I mean, it is glowing. And I mean, everybody wants to glow, but I don't want to look shiny when I glow. So that's what I like about this is that I look like I have a little bit of an iridescence without looking like I literally could donate some oil off my face. Like, I don't want that. So what I'm doing is I take my shadow brush, which I love this brush. If you have to have one shadow brush, we have three that are really great, like from blending to like more contoured. But this one, if you had to pick one, I like this because I can use it in multiple different ways. So the first thing is definitely packing the shadow on the lid. So you want to pack it on because you get that most color by just kind of stippling, and then you can always kind of blend it once you get that color packed on. And it just gives you that wash of color, which looks amazing with your Get Down with Blue because the focus is going to be underneath the lashes, the lash line. So that's where I'm going to focus my attention, much like Bachelorette last night picked her guy, and that's all fun. All right, so here we go. Now the next step I like to do is I like to get my black liner. Actually, you can use like a black liner or a dark brown liner. I use just kind of whatever I'm in the mood or have while I travel too. So I have one that is like a black brown, and this is one of our Kajal liners, and we carry it in black. So what I do is I don't like get into the waterline, but I go very close to it. So you'll see right here, I literally go not in the waterline, but like right on that lash line and get super, super close. And the reason I like to do this is because it helps the shadow that I put on kind of adhere to it a little bit better. So I'll give it as my little shadow base here. There we go. It's kind of like my little Eiley. She's my little shadow, my daughter who's 1 year and 4 months. And so she is with me at all points. So I just want to make this shadow stick just like my sweet little girl. All right, so I've got that. So it just kind of like gives you a focal point just having liner. Sometimes if you don't want to do a whole lot, just put a little tiny bit of liner, makes your lashes look really full. So then I have a few different brushes that I use. You could either use your eyeliner brush, which is great. I actually brought it this week too in my travels. Or you have your eyeliner brush. So either one's fine. I like to use this one for brows as well. So again, if you're wanting double duty with brushes, this one you can get for brows as well as eyeliner and cut creases and all that. This one, you know, you could do whatever with that too. Brows, eyeliner, lips, anything. So you got options with your shadow, which is great. So since I'm using this for the brow later, I'll probably hold off on that and use my eyeliner brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just put this on the lash line, and I love taking it and just blending it right on there because that gives you that smoky look and that blue, beautiful, trendy look this season. Okay, so see kind of that difference that you get kind of that smoky look rather than just kind of a stark line there. So then I go right in there and get the other one. Okay. Excellent. All right, so now I'm getting down with blue. I don't personally like to have nothing on my top lashes, so you could even just kind of follow up with a little of the blue on the top, just to give you just a little bit of color there in the base of the lashes, but not like go so dramatic, because the trend is keeping it kind of light on the top. But I just like having just a little bit of something. So I'll get that right on that lash line. Okay, perfect. And then, you know, if you really wanted to work it in the crease, you totally can. But for this look, keep it easy. So then I go to some of my favorite mascaras. And we have our Lash Power Photo Flutter, which is like one of my favorites, especially when I'm at the beach here in Fort Lauderdale. Like, it's great because it's water resistant. It only comes off with hot water. So when you wash your face at night, it comes off in little like pill casings on the lashes. It's not your lashes falling out. It's just the mascara coming off. You can also dial it up and down. So you can go to maximum or less coverage to more of a fuller coverage for your mascara, which is always great having 3-in-1. Who doesn't want to have more things do more for you? I'm a mom on the go. I don't have time for all that jazz. I need a mascara that goes from day to date and day to night. So I'm taking this and I'm gonna just wiggle it into the lash line here. So, you know, the biggest trick with doing mascara is kind of tilting the head back a little bit and wiggling it in, because then you have less chance to get it on the top there. If you have really long lashes, I don't suffer with that blessing, but if you did, you could do the bottom lashes first so that you don't get the top wet lashes up there, because sometimes that transfers and that's no fun to have to go back and redo things. Nobody wants to do that. All right, so get the other side, and I like to wiggle, wiggle. That is not a kid's song, but I'm making it up. Seriously have kids music on my radio station all the time, but honestly I love it, so now I have an excuse I can do it. All right, so I wiggle it in, and then you can't let the lower lashes get jealous, so I get in there, and again, wiggle is all thing. And notice I tilt my head down and look up at the mirror, because then you're able to get those lashes, they stick out more. That's also a great tip when you're putting concealer on, because it helps you get really close. And who doesn't want to get all snuggled up with those lashes and concealing under the eyes? All right, so that is my get down with blue. So next I'm going to do brows, so stay tuned for my hot brow look.